I'm going to put this loan into an amortization schedule so that you can see what's going on. Now, I'm going to break this down. So it's 6.5%. And here's something that's going to be very, very interesting. 6.5%, boom, like that. And then it's not 360, but 480. Do you know that 40-year mortgages are becoming more and more popular, especially amongst real estate investors who understand how a 40-year mortgage can be helpful? And so here's what we're looking at, folks. This is a mortgage of $487,000. And at 6.5%, here is the payment, $2,851.17. Now, as we calculate that, let's take a look at the amount of interest that the bank wants on this loan. $881,000 if we pay it the way they want. And if we do it the way they want, look at this. The total interest paid as a percentage of principal, not 6.5%, but 181.019%. 181% of what is borrowed, the bank wants back in interest. But how can we make this helpful? You need to see this. Look at these tiny principal payments, $213.25. And the interest on that loan is $2,637.92. Who would ever sign up for a loan like this, where they're paying so much interest out of their payment and so little towards the principal? I'm going to show you how a real estate investor make bank off of this particular loan. I want to show you something right here, right now. As we add up all the principal payments for 1 year, look at this, 1 year. Look, and we look at the cumulative principal line, it is $2,636.67. 2636.67. How much interest will this real estate investor pay in 1 year just to pay this loan down by $2,600? $31,577.37. And remember, I told you that this real estate investor, he or she, is making money on these properties. Okay, they're making money hand over fist on these properties, even though they're paying this kind of interest. So let's see how we can get some more of that interest, save that interest, and get equity at several times the regular rate. Watch this. If we make the first payment here in January, $213.25 goes to principal. Look how much money goes to interest, an exorbitant amount, $2637.92. That means we're paying down on our principal balance to $486,786.75 after month 1. In month 2, the bank uses the month-end balance to determine how much interest is paid in the very next month, always. And you see in the very next month, the interest payment drops down to only $2,636.76. Virtually no difference between interest payment number 1 and interest payment number 2. Well, it's a little more than $1. So here's what's really happening. Once we learn how to read this thing, here's what the bank never wants you to know. Never, ever, ever, ever learn how to read an amortization schedule, because you'll stay away from 40-year loans. You'll stay away from these 6.5% interest rates. You'll kill yourself trying to get a lower interest rate. Well, let me show you what's happening here. Because we have a small principal payment, let's see how we can take advantage of that, okay? When you have amortization and when you learn how to read this thing, you can make bank. You can save at the same rate the bank is charging you if you know what to do. I will repeat that. You can save at the same amount or the same rate as the bank is charging you if you know what to do. Watch this. So let's say we make payment number 1 here in January, and we're just waiting for February to show up. And we look at our amortization schedule and see that the February principal payment is $214.41. That's it. Do you know that if you have the money, and this guy or this lady does have the money, that they don't have to wait till February to give the bank this $214.41. They could give it to the bank in January. Yeah, they can give it to them in January. Make their regular payment and then make an additional payment of only $214.41. Do you realize that goes to principal? No interest comes out of that money, and they're paid down to line 2 on their amortization schedule in just 1 month. They're already paid down to line 2. What does that mean? That means that their next mortgage payment for February has to be on line 3. The payment for March actually moves up 1. What just happened here? We just got rid of 1 line off our amortization schedule, 1 full payment, okay? Not for $2,851.17, for about 10% of that. We just paid $214.41 and got rid of line 2. And we skipped down to line 3. And what else happened? This $2,636.76 on line 2, we never have to pay. We just cut $2,600 off the total interest cost of this loan just by doing that, for coming up with an extra $214. Do you see why so many people don't understand how amortization actually works? Because for $214 invested into prepaying this loan, we save $2,600. So, folks, here's what I'm trying to tell the financial planners out there. By telling people, do not put extra money on your loans, you're dooming people to paying this kind of interest when they could invest $214. Do you know it was Benjamin Franklin who was purported to say a penny saved is a penny earned? So let's transfer that to this $214 and putting this on here, we save $2,636.76. Saved is $2,636.76 earned. If a penny saved is a penny earned, then that's $2,636.76 earned just for prepaying $214. What if we did this? Now that you understand what's happening when you prepay, watch this. We make January's payment. Let's say we come up with the principal payment on line 2, 3, and 4, a little over $600. What happens here? We knock off interest payments on line 2, 3, and 4. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 600, 6,000, 7,000. Oh man, about $7,500 in interest saved for investing a little over $600 into this mortgage.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.